War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Bertrand Russell. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste death but once. William Shakespeare. Some people die at 25 and aren't buried until 75. Benjamin Franklin. It is only those who have neither fired a shot nor heard the shrieks and groans of the wounded who cry aloud for blood, more vengeance, more desolation. War is hell. W.T. Sherman. It is better to die on your feet than to live on your knees. Emiliano Zapata. In peace, sons bury their fathers. In war, fathers bury their sons. Herodotus. It is not death that a man should fear, but rather he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Sun Tzu. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. Haruki Murakami. There's no honorable way to kill, no gentle way to destroy. There is nothing good in war, except its ending. Abraham Lincoln. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Albert Einstein. He conquers who endures. Perseus. Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and not clothed. Dwight D. Eisenhower. All warfare is based on deception. Sun Tzu. Grief is the price we pay for love. Queen Elizabeth II. Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent. Isaac Asimov. When you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. Franklin D. Roosevelt. A leader leads by example, not by force. Sun Tzu. Older men declare war, but it is the youth that must fight and die. Herbert Hoover. Only the dead have seen the end of war. Plato. No one here gets out alive. Jim Morrison. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. Napoleon Bonaparte. If a man hasn't discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. Martin Luther King Jr. If we don't end war, war will end us. H.G. Wells. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. John F. Kennedy. Better to fight for something than to live for nothing. General George S. Patton. Everybody is going to be dead one day. Just give them time. Neil Gaiman. If you live each day as it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. Steve Jobs. A hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but he is brave 5 minutes longer. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Death shows up to remind us to live more fully. Oprah Winfrey. Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back. Marcus Aurelius. All wars are civil wars because all men are brothers. Francois Fenelon. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Abraham Lincoln. Future years will never know the seething hell and the black infernal background, and it is best they should not. The real war will never get in the books. Walt Whitman. There'll be no learning period with nuclear weapons. Make one mistake, and you're going to destroy nations. Robert McNamara. War would end if the dead could return. Stanley Baldwin. There is nothing sweet nor fitting in your dying. You will die like a dog for no good reason. Ernest Hemingway. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. Buddha. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. Napoleon Bonaparte. You cannot get ahead while you're getting even. Dick Armey. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Sun Tzu. In war, there is no prize for the runner-up. General Omar Bradley. Death is no more than passing from one room into another. Helen Keller. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. J.K. Rowling. Soldiers usually win the battles, and generals get the credit for them. Napoleon Bonaparte. By becoming deeply aware of our mortality, we intensify our experience of every aspect of life. Robert Greene. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Sun Tzu. There is no glory in battle worth the blood it costs. Dwight D. Eisenhower. The cunning of the fox is as murderous as the violence of the wolf, and we ought to guard equally against both. Thomas Paine.